Hi there, good evening. Welcome to the Modus Super Series on this Friday night, which of course means that the finals night field will be filled come the end of tonight's 10 tungsten ties. But before we get into previewing tonight's action, let's just have a look back on what happened this afternoon. Keegan Brown was alongside me in the commentary box, and it was an interesting group. Went right down to the death, Keegan.
Yeah, definitely. It was a seesaw of events, as I kept on saying during the afternoon, and it all had us tied in for the whole afternoon.
Certainly did. Let's have a look at the table, how it ended up in the end, and we saw victory in Group C for Ashley Coleman. He won the group only on leg difference though from Jamie Owens, who in turn won on leg difference from Charlie Large. And when you consider that Charlie Large lost his last couple of games emphatically, in fact, this group could have been wrapped up a lot earlier. Coleman and Large could have been through, but it's Owens who sneaks through in second place. And that means that he and Ashley Coleman join Colin Osborne in qualifying for finals night tomorrow. Group B is our attention tonight. Tom Sykes, Daniel Larsson and Victor Tingstrom all going strongly in that one. Rob Collins and Joe Murnan, I think it's safe to say that they struggled last night. But let's just give you a reminder of what happened. Looking for the opening leg here and gets it.
Simply, Tom Sykes just seems to have lost a bit of concentration when it's coming to those key moments. This could be a key moment. Very well taken there by Daniel Larsson.
2 visits ago, now wants to try and win the leg with a 1-4-4. Oh, brilliant. Where has this come from? Suddenly,
You're seeing that slowing of the pace that you mentioned that we saw so often against Larsson.
gets himself 2 darts. And Victor Tingstrom. Yeah, some of the key moments there from last night's action, but the main story was that 3 players really separated themselves and put themselves in those provisional places to qualify. All of them on 6 points. Victor Tingstrom, one of them, Tom Sykes, the other. But Daniel Larsson is a player I want to start with. You'll know of him pretty well. He's played plenty of European Tour stuff, World Cup, World Championship as well. And he had a really close run thing with Colin Osborne in Group A. Bounced back from that disappointment really well last night.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he showed his class last night, and that's why he's in the mix tonight to, try to cement his place for tomorrow night. Yeah,
certainly is a capable player. We've seen that, and we've seen a bit of a sort of Swedish invasion here at the Modus Super Series, because Andreas Harrison has won a series, but not only is Larsson in with a good chance tonight, so is Victor Tingstrom, a really exciting talent.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's good. It just shows you that the system's working. We've got fantastic European players coming over. Sweden, they're invading Portsmouth at the moment. And, they keep playing darts like this. They don't continue. Yeah, very proud as well to represent ADC Europe, which is providing an excellent feeder system for the Modus Super Series, as is the ADC in UK. Yeah. And Tom Sykes is a player who initially came through that system, went on to win his week, went on to reach the Champions Week final, and he looks like he's going to be getting to another finals night as well. Great player, isn't he? Oh, definitely. I've known Tom for a lot of years now. He's obviously another Yorkshireman we've got here this week. As much as we've got 2 Swedes here, we've got 3 Yorkshiremen in the building. But no, Tom's a class act, and it's no surprise, he's, wants to put his name in the hat tomorrow night.
Yep, and he certainly is in the mix in a 3-way tie at the top of the Group B table. There you see the Devils levels at the top, 6-6-6 between Larsson, Tingstrom and Sykes. Joe Murnan a little bit off the pace. Rob Collins a lot off the pace. He will need a bit of a miracle to turn things around. But let's just talk about Joe Murnan. If anyone is going to turn this around, it could be a player with his experience, a fellow PDC title winner, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I think, obviously, with Joe, I do believe he was the first ever non-tour card holder to win a Players' Championship.
Yep, certainly was. So he could pull it off. But let's see what the bookies think about his chances. Well, this is to win the group, so not quite the odds for qualifying, but the outright betting, 80-1 Joe Murnan, 1,000-1 Rob Collins. They think, based on the way things are, it's pretty much a done deal. Do you agree?
Well, it just proves early in the day that it's not a done deal until that last double goes in. So I think the 2 lads, they've got a lot of work to be getting on with tonight. Anyone's capable.
Maybe the more interesting battle will be to see who wins the group. So that's the question I'm going to ask you. Out of the three at the top, which one do you think is going to take it?
I want to go with Tom, a fellow Englishman. That's what I'm going to go for.
There we go. Keegan Brown feeling all patriotic even, easy for me to say here at the Modus Super Series. But the first match is about to get underway. It is a meeting between Tom Sykes and Victor Tingstrom, who I had the pleasure of chatting with earlier this evening. Victor, in a fantastic position to make it back through to finals night here at the Super Series. Talk to us about last night. How did you feel? How do you think it went?
Felt great. A little bit less focused than I wanted, but yeah, I played good. I felt good, and I'm really happy with the result.
Yeah, it's been a long-awaited return to the Super Series stage. How much were you looking forward to getting back on it last night?
It's always great to be here, you know. And first time going straight into Group B was kind of what I wanted. I feel like this is a great group, and I really feel like yeah, I'm really comfortable here now. It's always great to be here, and then yeah, it's just great.
And you're representing ADC Europe. We've seen a lot of players winning weeks from Europe recently, and not just winning weeks, but winning series. Marvin van Velzen did it in the previous series, fellow Swede Andreas Harrison before that. How much inspiration does that give you?
It's great inspiration. I mean, they're kind of showing the way of how to do it, and of course the way maybe not be that easy because they always play really, really good, but yeah, I mean, seeing what Marvin has done, seeing what Andrea especially has done, it's great for my mind to see what a few of my friends can do, and gets me inspired to do the same.
Group B is usually really dramatic, but the way things went last night, we've got 3 players on 6 points, and it's looking pretty certain that all 3 of you will go through. But how are you seeing it? How are you approaching it?
Yeah, that's it could be difficult purely for the mindset because we have a good gap now, us top 3, but then the focus tonight is just to try to keep it going. If you start thinking it's already done, I mean, it's Rob Collins and Joe Murnan after us. It's not going to be easy, you know. So yeah, try to get focused. Just take the games that come. Try to get the win and hope for the best. But of course, you feel good with this gap, and yeah, trying to work on it.
Victor, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Victor Tingstrom was producing some fantastic stuff last night, and actually, in the end, only ended up missing out on having a perfect night in his very last match, which happened to be a match against Tom Sykes, the 31-year-old from Castleford in Yorkshire, Series 6 runner-up, looking to return to finals night once again. I'm sure his dad will be in the audience, always supporting Tom if he makes it. You think he would make it, and you'd think that there would be a victory of sorts for Victor as well. Tingstrom also on 6 points. Whoever wins this match is going to have more than a foot in finals night come the end of it. They can't qualify at this point, but you would think that it would be a matter of when rather than if. Paul Hinks, that's the third Yorkshireman that Keegan Brown was referring to on a little bit of a vacation here on the south coast from God's own county, and ready to get the game on.
First leg, Tom to through the first. Game on.
Nobody says those 2 words better than he does. Keegan, we've got some quality players this evening in action. Group B is going to be concluded over 10 fixtures. You've already stuck your neck out and said that you think Tom Sykes is going to take it, but the battles between the top 3 are going to determine who's going to finish top of the tree.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's good to get both these, both on 6 points at the moment, and I feel this should be the catalyst for a good darts match. And yeah, and obviously Victory's hoping to have a nice steady throw against a throw to go 1-0 utter.
Yeah, lost the match 4-2 at the end of last night or early this morning, whichever way you want to look at it.
140.
Well, it's a good 140 for, you know, Tom to get back into the leg just to settle the nerves.
91.
I enjoyed talking to Victor, actually. He's a very amiable fellow.
81.
Really
Victor car 130.
Grateful to be here. Really enjoys his time on the Super Series stage. He might be enjoying life here as he looks for treble 18. Couldn't find it, but Sykes, after that miscount with his last dart, hasn't left to finish.
106.
It was a perfect start for Victor. Coming out after
82.
12 darts beyond
Victor
double
car
12.
24.
Even though Tom's at his ankles with 81 left,
Getting shot on the
he does the first leg
Victor
in 14.
Tingstrom. Second leg, Victor
Exactly
to throw
as-
first. Game on.
Professor Brown predicted. Victor Tingstrom has a solid leg and breaks the throw.
To be fair, let's be honest, if you're going to break the throw, the best thing you can do after that is by following up with a good 180.
60.
Well, you never know, Keegan. You never know.
100.
You might at some point tonight get your first 9-dart finish in the commentary box.
That's always a
140.
possibility. Always a possibility.
And maybe more so with the standard of slinger we've got in action this evening.
Yeah, they've all came out all guns blazing here.
121.
You know, I know it's only the second leg, but obviously Victor's averaging just shy of 120.
Yeah, and if he can do this in 11 darts, it won't drop
60.
too much.
Victor car 100.
60 for 40. Stays there to leave himself double 10.
Getting shot on the second leg. Victor Tingstrom.
Stunning start this is from Victor Tingstrom. Look
leg
at
Tom
those
through
numbers,
first.
a
Game on.
30-point gap in the averages. Mind the gap, Tom. And a gap in legs as well, because Tingstrom has produced a couple
134.
of beautiful legs of darts. 14-dart break, followed by a dozen dart hold.
43.
Proper rat-a-tat-tat darts, as we would say. Tom here just wants a
100.
no fuss 15 dart leg, just to settle the nerves.
$55.
So Tom has got a really good opportunity here to keep throw.
97. $28. Tom the car 170.
So looking for the big one. Another one. You just know he would have gone for it, and you just saw that he would have hit
125.
it.
$100. Tom the car 45.
Chance for Tom to finish the third leg in 14 darts. 2 darts, a double 16. Moving over.
13.
But he's got a handful of darts coming back. Can Victor apply any pressure? And he's going about in the right way.
140. Tom the car 32.
It's a double 16 for Tom to get his first
Getting
leg on
shot
the
on
board,
third
and he
leg,
does.
Tom Sykes.
A solid 17 dart there.
Fourth leg Victor to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Tingstrom cut down to Sykes. He's only averaging 100 now. He's dropped 15 points in that leg. 2-1 now to him over Sykes. And 115 is an interesting average, Keegan, because 115.8 is actually your highest average. I'm not sure if you're aware of
41.
that.
Is it really?
Can you remember when and where it was?
And
And who again?
It was, yeah. I know I hit
57.
215s, but I wasn't too sure what came first. But yeah, I remember doing it against Bunton.
Stephen Bunting, indeed, in
Yeah.
a World Series of Darts qualifier, which you went on to qualify for, actually. That was
60.
in Barnsley.
That was.
And you also had the other 115 in Barnsley as well.
I did, yeah. I did against. It was against Dirk, wasn't it?
Dirk van Dijvenbode,
Yeah.
yeah. Well remembered.
180.
See, it must be something in the air for Yorkshire tonight, isn't it? But yeah, Tom's showing his class there with 180 of his own.
We're also in the company of a man who
90.
averaged 111.72. Do you know which game I'm going to tell you about now?
I think it was against AD.
That was the final
Yeah.
to win your first
100.
Players' Championship event. 111.72 against Adrian Lewis.
I remember, I don't really.
85.
Just trying
Tom
to.
McCall,
I remember missing
164.
6 darts at a double in the last leg, and I still took it out in 16. 16.
So it could have been even bigger.
Yeah.
Well, great performance. Those matches
94.
are always ones to remember. Will this be a memorable match tonight? Tom Sykes is now answering the start that Victor Tingstrom made.
Yeah, Tom's order of Yorkshire
99,
Grit has
Tom
definitely
McCall,
arrived
70.
in the building. So he's looking at 70 to make it 2 apiece.
Game
And he
shown
does
at
so.
fourth leg. Tom Sykes.
All square then, as Sykes
Fifth leg, Tom to throw first.
pulls level with Tingstrom, who had a 2-leg lead in this match and was averaging in the 110s, but now the gap has closed in the averages and the scoreline has been squared.
97.
Yeah, it's a solid start from both players.
44. 78. 60.
Yeah, we were saying that. We were saying that earlier. A lot of people now are blocking the main route to the treble 20, and
100.
they're very reluctant to move to the treble 19s. And I don't know if it's the new generation of dart players, but it makes it a lot harder.
59.
Tom here on 226, hoping to fill that up now, and he can do.
180.
It's like we previously said, darts is all about the timing.
$96. Tom McCall, 46.
Tom out. He's looking at 46, looking at double 16.
14.
He knows he's coming back with at least another 3 darts.
134. Tom McCall, 32.
Victor puts a reasonable amount of pressure on this, leaves himself a more than makeable
He's
outshot,
on
but
the
Tom
fifth leg,
Sykes
Tom Sykes.
will not let him have a look.
Sixth leg, Victor to throw first. Game on.
What a starter for tonight's action so far. Both players,
100.
after 5 legs, both still averaging over the 90.
100.
Yeah, I think the ingredients are there for some really high quality affairs this evening, because the 3 players that look like they're heading through pretty much know they're going to be heading through, and they're going to be embroiled in this battle for Group B supremacy, but with the
134.
relaxation of not really being under too much pressure.
Yeah, it's a weird predicament to be in, isn't it? I
43.
think I wouldn't say they wouldn't be more relaxed against other players, but I think you still want to show who's top dog of the group.
Yeah, not just for the group, but because, of course, you're
100.
going to meet these players tomorrow. You want to be the one that's beat them before you take to the stage on finals night and play them in a group stage, maybe a semi-final, possibly even a final.
138.
It's brilliant darts now for Victor on the leg that he has to win to leave tops after 12. But Tom, other ideas? 90 left.
97. Victor Carr, 40.
So Victor for a 13 dart holder throw. And he does
Game
so.
shown the sixth leg, Victor Tingstrom.
So it comes down to a single leg.
Seventh
Sykes has
final
the
leg, Tom to
darts.
throw first. Game on.
And just reflecting on last night as well, Victor Tingstrom did win a couple of his games
100.
in last leg deciders and did survive match darts in each of those matches. So it could have been a different scenario for him this evening. But he managed to master them on each occasion.
58.
There's nothing worse as a dart player if you've watched your opponent hit one treble and you've been able not to hit one just to follow
59.
up. But Tom's gave Victor a small chance. 101 behind. What pressure can Victor put on Tom?
We had that amazing scenario last night where Victor
57.
came back from 3-0 down to beat Joe Murnan, not half an hour after Joe Murnan had come from 3-0 down to beat Rob Collins.
Is there any other sport that could happen in
59.
such quick succession? So both players here, they're getting a bit nervy. You know, considering the standard of today has been
60.
so far has been faultless. It's good to see Tom taking his time there, not rushing the dart. It's all about that regrouping.
93.
There's now a little bit of daylight in between Tom and Victor.
$43.
So Tom now knows he's got at least 6 starts for the match.
58.
You know, Victor's here just hoping for a 2 treble visit. That's one of them. That's 2.
One out of them, 40.
And just like that, we're nearly a level playing field again.
What a way to win it this would be. Tom Sykes takes aim at the bullseye for a
Game shown
stunning
on
1-3-2 checkout. That, the perfect way to win an absolutely wonderful game of darts. Both players bringing big stuff to the opening encounter of the evening. And we hope that there is plenty more like that to follow. Sykes wins it with the champagne shot, the 1-3-2 checkout, betting the bullseye for victory in a last leg decider to get the victory over Victor Tingstrom. And that means, of course, that Sykes now moves to the top of the table. Daniel Larsson will be hoping to change that when he takes on Rob Collins after the break. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we are about to see a battle between Sweden's Daniel Larsson and that man Rob Collins, who is stranded at the foot of the table after losing all of his games last night, hoping to change his fortunes tonight. Now look, it might be a mountain to climb. However, if Collins can reverse his results from yesterday, then there is every chance he will be through to finals night for a fifth time. The 45-year-old from Bognor Regis, just down the road from the Live Lounge here in Portsmouth. Can he have the complete opposite experience as opposed to yesterday's disaster? Or will the debutant Daniel Larsson inflict a defeat that pretty much rules him out after the first match tonight and pretty much puts Larsson through? Tom Sykes has just moved to the top of the table, but Larsson was dominant last night, has a healthy leg difference and will return there if he gets a victory in this match.
First leg, Rob, you through first. Game on.
And Rob starts us off with this first leg of the second match this
60.
evening.
Well, for those just tuning in, that's the voice of former World Youth Champion Keegan Brown. If you don't feel too
134.
familiar with it, a guest commentator here at the Super Series. Not for the first time, I must add, and not for the last time either. And we were talking, Keegan, in the previous match about that
44.
fantastic final performance you had when you beat Adrian Lewis with an average of more than 111 to win your first Pro Tour. I've been reliably informed that the winning legs went like this for you in that game. 12, 12, 13, 15, 13, 13.
40.
It's not too bad, was it?
That was brilliant, and I'm sure you did have a few 180s and a few 140s in there as well. You missed double 18 for a 10 darter in the last leg, so that's
it.
what you were referring
Yeah.
to. Your average
42.
would have been 114.6, so it wouldn't have been your highest.
It would have been at to that stage.
And I can't take credit for that. I've not worked that all out in the short 3-minute break.
It was an Owen Binks game, was it?
100.
No, it wasn't. It was a Stat Supremo Steve Morgan who's been in touch with that one. So thanks, Steve. You're in Keegan's good books and mine.
Next time I see Steve, I'll make sure I get him a drink.
45. Down
And it kind of papered over Paul Hinks' little mistake there, didn't it? Never mind. Well, this would put it right, wouldn't it? The Hinks.
Here we go.
87.
All of the matches that he's refereed, and the moment he's remembered for is that 127 in game, isn't it?
60. Down the car, 40.
All the things. All the things.
Getting shown in the first leg, Daniel Larsson.
No mistake there from Daniel Larsson.
Second leg, Daniel, you through first. Game on.
It'd be quite good, wouldn't it, if Paul Hinks ever just noticed on the fly, so he's in the middle of the 180 call,
140.
and then he realises the 140 and just gives it 140.
I can't remember who it was, but there was a clip.
140.
Do you know, funny you should say that, because I think our technical blokes have just accidentally set off the 180 lights before that last start went in. So it looks like, it's got to be an interesting night tonight.
140.
Is that what we're going to do tonight, Keegan? Point out everybody's mistakes. I did say you'd be back, but I'm not so
93.
sure now.
Hey, I'm not going to point out yours, so don't worry, Chris.
What mistakes?
Exactly. There isn't any.
$57.
Well, it's not about the mistake you make, it's about how you respond to it. And that's as true in the sport of darts as it is
135.
in life, isn't
Daniel
it?
Carr,
Yeah,
164.
definitely. And to be fair to Dan, you know, he's going off like a steam train. He's averaging just shy of 110 in his second leg.
Very similar to what his compatriot did in the previous match.
96. Rob Carr, 133. $30. Daniel Carr, 68.
So Dan coming back for 68 to take the second leg. He does so double full.
Game shot on the second leg, Daniel Larsson.
Well, Rob Collins could find himself officially
Third leg,
out
Rob to throw
at the
first.
end of the
Game
next
on.
match. If he loses this one, and then Victor Tingstrom gets a victory against Joe Murnan, that'll be the top 3 all on 8 points, and Collins would only have 6 to play for, so
96.
it would be an early bath for Rob.
Yeah, it's a shame because we know Rob can play a lot better than this over the last couple of days. But what do you do
123.
when Daniel's throwing this well?
Yeah, electrifying errors so far from Daniel Larsson.
100.
Very, as I said, similar standard to that which was thrown by Victor Tingstrom in the previous match, although he ended up losing that game.
100.
The higher your average is, Keegan, the harder it is to stay there.
It is that.
174.
Wonderful darts from Collins.
Rob showing us what he can do in that stage. And how is Daniel going to reply? It looks like he's replying in the perfect fashion.
121. Rob Carr, 131.
So Rob's got a good chance here. Getting the leg on the ball this evening.
$91. Daniel Carr, 157.
Unless Daniel's got other ideas.
$41. Rob Carr, 40.
So Rob, looking at tops. 2 10s.
Game shot on the third leg, Rob Collins.
Still some fight in Collins.
Fourth leg, Daniel to through first. Game on.
Don't think the word quit is in the Collins dictionary. Well, it probably is, actually. But not this Collins.
See what he did there. That was good. That was good there, Murph. But Daniel coming back.
140.
Yeah, he's been ultra consistent all week, Daniel Larsson. Mentioned in the studio chat at the start of the show, he missed out in a straight shootout against Colin Osborne. Missed a dart to beat him. He would have had his feet up right now, Larsson, and Colin Osborne would have been on the stage in Group A. But bounced back very well last night. And maybe in the end, he'll be grateful for the extra 2 days purposeful practice.
Yeah, I always find it's a bit of a...
140.
I wouldn't say Achilles heel, but is it good to have 2 days off? Or would you just rather keep playing and keep playing and keep playing? It's a bit of a weird question, isn't it? Because as a dart player, you would think you want to finish quickly as possible and get the time off the playing as such. But I don't know. I think if you play well, you do want to just keep playing.
I think there is certainly examples of players who haven't managed it well, and others that have.
Definitely. And just like this, Rob has got a good
58.
chance on 86
86
to square the match here at 2-2. There's a lot of similarities between the first 2 matches today. He's now looking at 7-7.
Game shot on the fourth flag, Rob Collins.
Very nicely done.
Fifth flag, Rob to third
Collins
class.
squares it
Game
up
on.
and effectively takes control of the contest because he does have the darts. And will have 2 chances of holding.
42.
If he needs them. That's perfectly pitched though by Larsson. Going to attack the Collins throw straight away. Doesn't like the light. Moves away.
137.
I think he was more worried about knocking the darts out more than anything.
45.
Rob's reactions continue in the background. He's an animated Arrowsmith, isn't he?
92.
Yeah, we obviously had Jamie earlier playing in the afternoon, and a lot of similarities between the two chaps. Emotionally when they both play.
96.
There's a certain level of aggression when it comes to Collins.
$95.
So Robert hoping to put some pressure, and he's kicked off the perfect way. He's looking at the 180. Bang on time.
180.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant maximum for Rob Collins. He was playing a decent game here. Larsson's playing a superb
137.
standard
Robert Carr,
of
138.
match, but Collins is playing as well as he has in this group.
$55. Daniel Carr, 40.
To be fair to Daniel, after 5 legs, he's still thrown over the 100 over 105. This is a big dart.
Game shot on the fifth leg, Daniel Larsson. Sixth leg, Daniel did through first.
Rob trying not to react. He knows that he's playing decent stuff, but Larsson's just too strong, isn't he?
Game on.
As indicated by the averages.
Yeah, and to be fair, Rob's not like we just said, Rob's not done a lot wrong, and he's probably thinking, I'm playing more consistent tonight, and yet I find myself 3-2 down on the, against the throw now.
60.
But this is a good, Rob's probably thinking he wants to get in at least one treble, just to apply some pressure.
96. $96.
It's all been on 1 and 2 treble turns for Daniel Larsson in this game. Rob Collins has a
60.
174 and a 180 in this match. Larsson, as you see, 8 scores with 1 treble, 8 scores with 2 trebles.
$89.
So Rob's not out of this leg just yet. He's hoping, like he did with the other, trying to get a couple more trebles going.
100. $45.
There was an uncharacteristic slip into the 5s there for Daniel in this match. But can Rob take advantage of it? And he has
100.
done.
Sorry, you may have heard me chuckling at Rob Collins there. I didn't mean to. Just very, very ultra animated. He really is fired up for this, isn't he?
He is.
89. Rob your car, 145.
Maybe he's just hoping to impose himself a little bit just to make Daniel Larsson make mistakes. Make his presence felt.
60. Down the car 122.
Well, Collins could be dismissed if Larsson can take this out. Looks like a decent marker for the treble. Couldn't manage to find it.
54.
So Rob,
Rob, your car
looking at
85.
85 to break the throw, to enforce the decider. It's not a bad accident. He's looking at 15. Looking at tops.
65. Down on the car 68.
This for the match. And to return to the top of the table. Great dart. Great start.
Game
Great
shot of the
finish.
match, Daniel
Great
Larsson.
win. Rob Collins himself produced a good game, but it wasn't enough to deny Daniel Larsson a 4th victory in his 5 matches in this group. The Swede is in the lead. 4-2 success for Larsson, an average just shy of 95. 5 140s in there, won it with that 68 checkout. Collins was much better than we saw for most of last night, but his race does look run. Larsson joins Tom Sykes on 8 points at the top of the table, and Collins will be officially eliminated if Victor Tingstrom can join them by defeating Joe Murnan in the next match. Welcome back to the live lounge in Portsmouth, UK, where it is Group B of Modus Super Series 9, Week 6 in full swing and nearing its conclusion. It will reach a crescendo on Saturday night, but who will be there? We already know that Colin Osborne is going to be on the stage. We already know that he'll be joined by Ashley Coleman and Jamie Owens, who qualified this afternoon. And Victor Tingstrom can take a step towards joining them if he gets a victory in this match over Joe Murnan. Tingstrom lost his opener 4-3 to Tom Sykes. This is the first outing of the evening for the Lancashire lad Joe Murnan, who did reach the weekly finals in Series 6. But it didn't go as well for Joe when he played in Series 7. A win here for Tingstrom would solve one thing. It would mean that Rob Collins could not pull off the incredible comeback. He would be eliminated.
First.
8 points adrift of
Game
the
on.
top 3 with just 6 to play for. But if Murnan can win the match, then we will have a race, because he will move within 2 points of the man he's trying to beat here, who would, of course, only have 2 games left, and
96.
Joe would have 3. So things could still get interesting.
Don't we know about that from this afternoon session?
60.
Yeah, that looked like it would be said and done quite early and ended up going down to the wire.
58.
And it really did, didn't it? Yeah, I think, like we alluded to earlier, it's the format of how the whole system works. And,
134.
Just because one game goes one way, and it then changes the whole dynamic of the afternoon.
59. $60.
It's good to see Joe back playing darts. He's had a tour card for many, many moons.
44.
He became one of the, I think he was the first non-tour card holder to win a PDC Players' Championship.
Yeah, you're right, he was. Christopher Teichke
55.
has done so since, as has Scott Williams, and just this week, Wesley Plazier.
Because I think with Joe, I think it must have been about
80.
2015, because he actually qualified for the match play.
Spot on, he did, yeah. Which takes some doing. I know you've done that yourself on a couple of occasions, and it isn't easy, is it, to get into that tournament?
And to be fair to Joe, that's when he didn't have a tour card.
$124.
Excellent
Joe Car 71.
achievement.
Good setup play by Victor. Joe looking at 71. He's dipped into the 3. Looking at the big 18 for the ball.
27. Victor Car 40.
Victor now looking to hold throw and double top. That's a perfect guy just to go
Game
below
shot
the
the
as.
first leg, Victor Tingstrom. Second leg, Joe to throw first. Game on. $140.
Just good darts by Joe. Kicking off with a 140 on his throw.
Yeah, made it to the finals now on his first appearance at the
59.
Super Series, but had a really difficult Group B campaign. The last time he was here, actually finished bottom of the table with
60.
1 win on each night. He's hoping not to repeat that.
$57.
As we're only in the second leg of the match, but at the moment Joe's 10 points in front of Victor on the
121.
averages.
$48.
That's a good dart there by Joe.
$160.
He's gone that high, didn't he? He went into the tops.
Yeah, that was careful, wasn't it? It was almost careless, actually.
Joe knows he's got a
60.
good
Joe Car 20.
handful of darts here. Looking at double 10 to get his first leg on the board.
10.
So that always interests me where somebody's so in front of a leg these two decide to go for double five.
Yeah, totally agree.
96,
I
Joker
think come back
10.
and split now.
Have to.
Go straight forward. He can't come inside.
Game shot of the
Finds
second
the
leg,
double
John
in the
Murnan.
end, so he proves himself right and us wrong, and levels the match at 1 apiece.
Third leg victory to throw first. Game on.
So what do we know about darts, eh, Chris? What do we know?
Well, I think you probably know a thing or two more than I do.
$77.
There's nothing worse when you have a good throw like Victor just out there. He had obviously the 134, 57 points on the floor was nothing worse watching the darts come out of the board.
One of them, 40.
But he's making up for it on that throw.
$78.
It's filling up again, and he has done.
180.
And we hear that iconic 180 call of our legendary referee, Paul Hinks.
134. Victor Carr, 104.
Victor at 104. They're going to hit the treble 15. That would have left tops. Now left 16.
92. Sorry, 88. $100. Victor Carr,
So double 8
16.
remaining.
For a 13 dart holder throw. Looking at 2 falls. 2 twos.
Game shot on the third leg, Victor Tingstrom.
Tingstrom takes charge.
Fourth leg, Joe to throw first. Game on.
It would be as good as over, wouldn't it, if Tingstrom won this match? We mentioned that it would be over
59.
for Rob Collins, but Joe Murnan would be 6 points behind the top 3 with only 6 to play for. He'd be relying on
43.
what's worse than snookers. Several snookers, about 7 of them.
95.
Yeah, as a dart player, there's nothing worse hoping on other people's results that could affect yours.
78.
Yeah, it's not often in the PDC circuit that you're doing that, but when it does come into play, actually, Keegan, sometimes it's
135.
in a certain ranking races, isn't it? So you might be looking, I'm sat
Yep.
16th for the world match play, and I need so and so to lose to make sure he doesn't catch me. And
59.
here it's just more obvious, more direct.
Yeah. I had an issue last year. I think I was 32nd on the order
58.
of merit for the World Championships. Obviously, I had the last spot, and it was the last day in Bolton, Barnsley even. And I think I must have walked around. I couldn't go back to the hotel, and I'd put myself through the torch, and I think I must have walked around the venue about 100 times that day.
Joe Carr, 154.
Glenn Durant talks about the same thing at the Grand Slam when he was walking around the running track outside the Aldersley Leisure Village
43.
in Wolverhampton, waiting on the right result coming his way. I think it was a match between Gerwin Price and Simon Whitlock.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
60. Joe Carr, 111.
All the ones then for Joe Murnan to level up this match. Treble 17, not found, so Tingstrom will get a chance here.
$91. Victor Carr, 126.
Right, I'm going to be looking at the 19s to start the show off. He's the treble to leave the ball, and he does, so it's bullseye.
101. Joe Carr, 20.
Just felt like it fishtailed away at the last moment. And he allows Murnan an opportunity to level. Oh, that's unlucky.
10.
He's hit the barrel.
Victor
And
Carr,
he's gone
25.
the other side of the tram lines.
I think in both sessions today we've not had a good success rate at double 10, have we?
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Double
Victor
8 will do
Tingstrom.
for Victor, and it might do for Joe Murnan's chances, because now Tingstrom has a chance
Fifth
to
leg,
lead
Victor to throw
4-1.
first. Game on. $59.
We'll start to get confirmation of which players are going
58.
through after this match. Daniel Larsson and Tom Sykes are going to play each other. The winner will qualify at that point. And then if Rob Collins can beat Joe Murnan, assuming he loses this one, it will be all over. With half the night to spare, Keegan, we can have an early night.
We know that's not going to happen. Hey, we're in it for the night call now.
61.
Victor relaxing, looking at the 18s.
98. $100. Victor Carr 164.
Looking to set this up. Probably may stay on the treble 20. And he has done. Another one relief 24.
100. $42. Victor Carr 64.
64 then for Tingstrom to tie it up. Works his
Game
way
shot
down
of
to
the
the
match,
double
Victor Tingstrom.
perfectly, and Victor gets the win that pretty much wraps this group up. The three players at the top have all won a match now tonight. So Larsson, Tingstrom and Sykes all on 8 points. Joe Murnan left on 2 and needing a miracle to turn things around. And Rob Collins, as a result of that result, has been eliminated. We are going to find out who is the first to confirm qualification from this group after the break. Whoever wins between Daniel Larsson and Tom Sykes will be through. Here at the Modus Super Series, we're about to find out who will be going through to finals night out of these two, and the expectation is that the answer is both, but one of them will confirm qualification at the end of this match. Daniel Larsson and Tom Sykes both won their openers, so they have a record of 4 wins from 5 in Group B, and whoever gets to 10 points first will be able to relax in the knowledge that they will be on stage on Saturday with Colin Osborne, Ashley Coleman and Jamie Owens.
First leg,
You went for
Daniel
Tom at the
through
start of the
first.
night to win the group, but Daniel Larsson probably had the better performance of the pair in their first games. However, Keegan, Tom Sykes did win his match with the absolutely stunning 1-3-2 checkout.
Yeah, he did that. You know, both players won their first opener matches of 90+ averages, so you know they've set the bar high
131.
already.
And if you're thinking you're at a loss as what to do tomorrow night, why not join us
134.
here at the Modus Super Series? Tickets are available, limited tickets are available for Saturday night's finals night. Scan that QR code, get yourself down here to the darting mecca that is the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. If you can't join us, of course, just watch the action here on the YouTube channel from 7:30 p.m. But be aware that that QR code will take you through
140.
to the dartshop.tv website, where you can book tickets for any of our Saturday night or special events, or even exhibition events around the country. There could be something near you, so it's worth checking out.
140.
I believe you've been known to play in 1 or 2 of those as well, Keegan.
I have over the years, and I've always been grateful for what Modus has always done for
93.
me. And
Daniel Kahn, 90.
you know, playing in their exhibitions are always second to none. It's always a good show, and it's a true professional layout.
Well, this is a good show from Daniel Larsson to start.
Getting shot in the first leg, Daniel
90
Larsson.
checkout in a dozen darts. Not messing around.
Second leg, Tom to through first. Game on.
Yeah, that sends a little signal to Tom, and that Daniel's. You know, if you want to win it, if you want to win the group, you're gonna have to beat me.
125. $57.
Just to give you an indication as to how good that first leg was from Daniel
57.
Larsson. He scored 57 with his first visit of this leg, and his average dropped 14 points.
$100.
So Tom out.
100.
We'll take the 100 there. Let's do 125 in front of Dan.
$100.
And I think, you know, with Tom as well, he's a proud Yorkshireman. Obviously, Stu plays county for Yorkshire. So this is his bread and butter. You know, he's used to playing
59.
a good standard of players, best of 7, month in and month out.
Yeah, absolutely. That short format suits some more than others.
$180. Dominic Carr, 160.
What a way. Looking at tops.
140. Daniel Carr, 64.
Well, the 180 set this shot up for Daniel Larsson. 43 remaining.
Just looking at the top shot. Very fortunate I didn't go into double 3 then.
24. Dominic Carr, 20.
Well, this leg would be a relief for Tom Sykes because he's played 5 legs against Daniel Larsson so far. He's lost a lot in this group.
Getting shot on the second leg, Tom Sykes.
That run ends. The pair of them, of course, were
Third leg, Daniel
rivals in
through first.
Group
Game
A
on.
as well. And Larsson in meetings with Tom Sykes won 2 of their 3 matches in that group. So it's 3 out of 4 for the week against this opponent.
100. 60. One of them, Foxy.
I do think with Daniel, he's got such a steady throw. And when I say steady throw, it's
137.
a very high throw, and there's nothing to it. It's just straight in, straight back out.
$49.
And that 49 opens the door, for Tom to get back in.
93.
And he does so. You know, only a 1 point separating both players in this leg. You know, it's weird in this situation, Chris. What would you rather be setting the score to leave a finish, or would you rather come in knowing what
55.
your opponent's got left?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person, 'cause it wouldn't matter what I'd rather do. I wouldn't do it, Keegan, but having seen Larsson hit that,
58. Daniel Carr,
I was going to say I'd
157.
rather be Tom, but it goes back to a point you made this afternoon. So often you get these positions and they just throw the same thing. They follow each other, whether it's good or bad or indifferent.
$54. Tom Carr, 153. $40. Daniel Carr, 103.
Yeah, the last 6 starts from both players, it shows that, you know, they are getting a bit nervy up on that stage. But Tom now knows he's got a good
52.
chance.
Tom Carr, 113.
And if there's one thing about darts today, it shows you that he's all about taking your chances.
53. Daniel Carr, 51.
So then, 51 for Larsson to lead the match. A reminder, the winner goes through at the end of this one. The loser is expected to follow at some point, so no real panic with defeat here.
Game shot
But
in
it
the
is
third
Larsson
leg, Daniel
who hits the
Larsson.
front.
Fourth leg, Tom to through first. Game on.
I think it was a good opportunity for both players there to win that leg.
One of them, Foxy.
You know, it's nothing worse when both players go trebleless for a number of throws, and then your first throw and the brand new leg is 140.
One of them, Foxy.
Well, you were having a
134.
analysis of the Larsson throw before, Keegan. Here we get a better view of it. Talk us through that.
It's just steady, isn't it? There's nothing, you know, it's nothing to it. It just holds the dart at the,
95.
as some people would hold a pen as such, and, you know, it works for him perfect. You know, there's not a lot wrong that could go wrong with that throw.
The difference for me is actually
One of them,
the length of the
Foxy.
drawback. Tom Sykes all the way back to the shoulder, but Daniel Larsson's doesn't even get anywhere near his face.
No, he's a good, you know, 2 or 3 inches off his face. But darts like this,
180. Tom Carr, 87.
he's doing something right, isn't he?
That gets himself back into this leg. A brilliant leg of darts it has been. Bull here. Oh,
shot in the
brilliant
fourth leg,
bullseye
Tom
from
Sykes.
Tom Sykes.
Fifth leg, Daniel to through first. Game on.
He's had a little
One of them,
penchant for the
Foxy.
bull tonight, hasn't he?
He has that. He's taking a good shine into it.
100.
Yeah, both players playing well over the last leg and a bit now. You've seen as Daniel gets that first start, that first treble win,
83.
he was likely to follow suit. And it's the same with Tom. Can he fill it up?
180.
brilliant stuff this from Sykes.
$83.
Both players still averaging over the 100 mark.
$49.
Daniel will be hoping to find a good score to potentially leave a 2-darter. And he has done.
137.
That's good darts to leave 38 after 12.
$43. Daniel Lecard, 58.
He sets up another shot that could end up on the ball, but we'll only get a go if Larsson can't convert this 58. 2 at tops. Oh, top corner.
Game shot on the 5th leg, Daniel Larsson. 6 leg, Tom to through first. Game on. $100.
What would Tom do for a nice 12-dart holder throw to send us into the decider? But it looks like Daniel's got other ideas here.
140. $140.
It's a good reply from Tom. Back-to-back 140s between the two players.
Yeah, really enjoyable game this. It's been a high standard throughout.
54. $91.
Sykes leaving the 170 to force a decider.
So Tom knows
43. Tom
he's got
Lecard,
6 darts
170.
to enforce the deciding leg. He's probably looking at the 19s.
58.
You know what? Dan trying to leave a finisher.
24. Tom Lecard, 112.
There we go, 112. So 72. Probably looking at treble 16.
56.
Half the score to leave 56. So Tom knows he's still got another 3 darts coming in.
Yeah, looks like we are indeed going the distance.
84. Tom Lecard, 56.
So he's looking at big 16. Now for tops. 2 10s.
36. Daniel Lecard, 156.
Could he take out the barley?
This was the RVB signature shot, wasn't it? Once upon a time. Sykes is hoping not. And that right is realised.
78. Tom Lecard, 20.
Felt like he threw that last line a bit of discuss. Is that going to be a friend or a throw? And it's
Game
a
shot on
friend
the 6th leg, Tom Sykes.
to take us into a last leg between these two good players this
7th
evening.
and final leg, Daniel to through first. Game on.
So the winner of this leg will qualify for finals night. We'll have 4 names confirmed on the Saturday night fight card.
It's a brilliant start.
134.
Considering he blocked the 20s on that first start, to come off with 134 is take some credit, especially in the
100.
last leg. And then Tom Stew at his heels with that 100 there. That's the perfect dart for Daniel, just to brush it back off.
60.
So Tom, he's only 94 behind.
48.
Seems to be enjoying the match, Tom Sykes. His expressions throughout the game have been
60.
ones of happiness and fun.
57.
I think we've entered that sort of period again where both players have had two troubleless visits and they're just waiting for the other to kind of jump back in for the other one to jump in. A bit of a circuit restarter as such.
Yeah, it sometimes takes the other player to focus your mind.
137.
How ironic if it is Tom to hit 180 here.
Oh, doesn't even get the top 40 with a greatly thrown darts,
110.
but not on a finish. And Larsson now has 6 darts to clean this up.
Can only need the 3. Just looking at double top to take a full 3 win over Tom here.
90.
That one ran out of gas, so Sykes can try and apply pressure.
134. Down to the car 20.
So double 10 for Daniel Larsson to secure his Saturday spot. Double 5.
15. Tom the car 62.
Well, it's not the first time this week he's missed starts to qualify for finals night.
There is a twist. And is it going to be a twist for Tom here? Leaves 32.
Game shot in the match. Tom
And it's Sykes who goes through instead. Tom Sykes is the first through from Group B. He's picked up a victory that takes him to finals night once again. Fantastic win for Sykes, who now has 10 points and cannot be prevented from making it through to finals night on Saturday. Sykes, at the expense of Daniel Larsson for now, joins Colin Osborne, Ashley Coleman and Jamie Owens. Larsson and Tingstrom are expected to qualify, but if Joe Murnan can beat Rob Collins in the next game, then one of them will have to sweat a little.
Welcome to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Line.
They've both got the talent where they can just reel off leg after leg and dish out a heavy defeat. What a way to start the day. We're up and running here on Champions Week with a maximum.
But what a way to finish. A 12-dart leg.
Beautiful check out there from Cam Crabtree.
Only needs the one.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius
What were you saying about efficiency?
shot on the third leg.
Is
Reece
that
Robinson.
the moment that Reece Robinson comes alive in this crucial clash? Looks like he's going to go for it. And it is right next to his favourite double top. And he gets the job done at the earliest possibility. That is Cam Crabtree through.
Case not so. Harrison gets the all-important win.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius Labanowski. Game shot.
Ross Smith, is it a
Darius Labanowski.
9? A long time. And that clenched fist.
Game shot on the
Well,
mark.
he gets the job done in the end. He's nodding in total agreement because
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Just
Darius
like that.
Labanowski.
only needs the one. There you can see.
That she can unlock at any moment, but that is quality from Harrison. This would be a wake-up.
Welcome to the party in Pompey. Should be a good marker for him. And is. It was a great dive.
Game shot on the first leg. Andreas
It's a
Harrison.
breaker throw for Andres Harrison.
Game shot on the second leg. Dan Crabtree.
Consecutive breaker throw, double 16 is found.
And he does lead.
The fifth leg.
not an 11, but it's a beautiful 12, treble 17, which he gets. Bullseye for the win. Absolutely incredible by Andreas Harrison.
He's Andreas Dirty Harrison!
Welcome back to the beautiful live lounge here in Portsmouth, where we have just had confirmation that Tom Sykes is through from this group. He's going to play in finals night tomorrow, and if Rob Collins can get a victory over Joe Murnan in this one, he would eliminate Murnan, taking him out with him because Collins is already out, and it would mean that Victor Tingstrom and Daniel Larsson would complete the finals night field with 5 games to spare. We had a remarkable match in this one last night because Rob Collins led it 3-0. Joe Murnan won it 4-3. In Murnan's next match, he led 3-0 and lost 4-3 to Victor Tingstrom.
First leg, Joe to throw first. Game on. $31.
What is interesting, Keegan, is that I did mention it at the end of that match. That's now 2 matches this week, one on Wednesday, one today, where Daniel Larsson has had the opportunity to go through to finals night and has missed match starts in both of them.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird. You know, he's like I said before the match. You know, he could have been at home. Was not in home in Sweden, but obviously at least in Portsmouth with his feet up as such. And, but yeah, it was like 2 good opportunities have came and left him.
Yeah, and he might actually go through without even being on the stage, because if Collins can win this
25.
one, that would be the result that would send him and his fellow Swede through to Saturday.
I think with Rob, he's came out of the blocks fine tonight.
98.
He was all right, wasn't he, in his first match? A defeat to Daniel Larsson, but he averaged just shy of 90 in it.
And that's, you know, just 2 good competitive darts.
68. Robert Carr, 124.
So Rob, 1-2-4 to break the throat. You're going to set it up using the 18s. She's going to look at 86 here.
56.
Stuff 68. So he knows he's got at least another 3 darts.
$125. Robert Carr, 68.
So for a breaker throw in the opening leg, the man of steel.
Game shot on the first leg. Rob
Finds
Collins.
the target.
It's a solid
Second
15
game, Rob to throw
darter
first.
against the
Game on.
throat.
When you've had an experience like this match last night, when Collins led 3-0,
3.
is there a determination to put things right? I've got to say something here as well. What a contrast in kicking off the last couple of legs. Rob Collins started
58.
the previous leg with a 180. He started this leg with a score of 3.
And ironically, that's still not the lowest score today, is it?
Absolutely, a scoring visit of 2, wasn't there, this afternoon?
60.
Bradley Coltman, the offender.
Yeah, it looks like all Shanks is trying to fill up the spot, and he has. That's a class 180 there from Joe. Yeah, in Joe's eyes, he wants to keep the dream going as long as he can.
60.
Well, look, the dream will go on. If he wins this game, he will move himself onto 4 points. Then Victor Tingstrom and Daniel Larsson play each other, so one of them will go through, but the other one will remain in his sights.
43.
Now, for Joe Murnan, I think he would prefer it to be Victor Tingstrom who won that match because he's already played him. He's got Daniel Larsson left, so he can affect what
30.
happens to Larsson. He can't affect what happens to Victor Tingstrom.
No.
But he'd have to beat Collins, Sykes, and Larsson, and hope for
60.
favours to get through.
And that's a tall order alone, let alone just winning. But when you're asking for the darn gods to be shine on you tonight, so that would be a tall ask.
92. Rob the car.
Not saying it would be
Joey
impossible,
Coward,
but
60.
But 160 would be a nice place to start. And also, he's got a bad leg difference deficit, so he doesn't
140.
want to be winning narrowly either. He needs to win big.
you know, it's like we've been saying all day, if you're going to lose, make sure you lose full 3. And if you're going to win,
93.
make sure it's
Joey
4-0.
car 20.
Let's see. Paul Nicholson prescription, isn't it? He says it here at the
No
Live
score.
Lounge all the time. Win big, lose small. I hope that you're
92.
having a punt
Joey
of thinking
Carr,
of
20.
that down those lines as well. Remember, it is 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Getting shot on the second leg, Joe Murnan.
As Joe Murnan levels up this match at 1 apiece.
Third leg, Jody through first. Game on.
Shags it back in with another 180.
180.
You know, we've had 3 legs so far, and we've had 3 180s.
He was working
46.
with Wayne Mardle on his throw, wasn't he, a couple of years ago, Joe Murnan?
Yeah, he was, and I think, if I
60.
remember right, he had a good back year, the second half of the year as such. And I think he qualified for all the remaining European events, and then obviously
60.
qualified for the Worlds at the same time. But like anyone up there tonight, they've all got the game, and it's just unlocking it again.
140.
Joe in this leg has been faultless and completely
100.
different to,
Joey Carr,
completely different to the first leg he played in. So he's looking at 61.
81.
So Joey will be back for tops for a 13 dart holder throw. What could Rob put on? Looking at 2 trebles, and he did.
40. Joey Carr, 40.
So both players on the finish after 12. Joe looking at tops. Kiss the barrel. Ever so slightly. Oh, that's
No
unlucky.
score. Rob the car, 155.
All 3 well thrown darts. What pressure can Rob put Joe under?
55. Joey Carr, 40.
So Joe looks again at tops. 2 10s.
20. Rob the car,
I'll
100.
say it again, it's been a Achilles heel that side of the board all day today.
$60. Joey
So,
Carr, 20.
Last chance saloon for Joe, you must feel. 2 5s.
Getting shot on the third leg, Joe Murnan.
So many times you would see that when somebody's in front of a leg, it always
Ball
leads
leg up to third
the other
first.
opponent to come
Game
down, for another breaker, for another circuit breaker.
Just a reminder of the situation here. Joe Murnan scrapping away for his
43.
darting life this week. If he wins the game, he stays in contention. If he loses it, then all is signed and sealed. He
60.
goes out with Rob Collins, Victor Tingstrom and Daniel Larsson. Join Tom Sykes in qualifying.
$81. $95. $81.
Joe, He's got a good opportunity in his leg. Just going to keep plodding away.
100.
He takes a treble on that last throw. Takes him 50 points in front of Rob.
$96.
That's a good first start from Joe. A good second. Can he fill it up?
140.
So looks like the Rob Collins' throw might be broken.
42.
Because Joe's got,
106.
you know, he's got at least 3 darts as we stand. And he might only need the 3. Looking at a double top.
66.
Over the
Robert
top.
Carr, 158.
Murnan showing some spirit here. But can Collins crash the party? Another in there. Leaves him double 19. Oh, what a shot from Rob Collins. He might be out, but you can't keep him down.
Game on.
And that's the highest checkout for both sessions today, that 158.
Yeah, and it was worth the toast, wasn't it?
I appreciate we had 2 players hitting the 140 earlier.
140.
Well, Joe Murnan must be thinking, go away, man. He's the one that
41.
needs to win to stay alive. Collins is already out of the picture, but showing some real fight.
And that's good to see. You know, there's nothing worse when your
83.
fate's already been decided, but to come out fighting it, you know, it shows the true minerals for what's needed for a dart player.
57.
Yeah, it shows the integrity of the man as well, doesn't it? Not to just fold.
$100. $59.
That second dart, though, I'm a bit confused. I don't know about you, Chris. I'm a bit confused. I'm really surprised the experience that Joe's got not to go for the 19s and then saved it for the last dart.
100.
Yeah, it's something that's actually been quite common this week. We've got a bunch of players who could do with a maths lesson with Owen Binks.
Obviously,
44.
as we know,
Robert
Owen's
Carr,
not available
78.
next week as somebody tells me he's off to Vegas. I think he's only told us about 26 times so far today.
Game shot
Well,
on
this
the
is
fifth
brilliant
leg, Rob
from
Collins.
Rob Collins, who must feel like he's in Vegas, pulling down the bandit and taking the
leg Rob to
jackpot
throw
leg after
first.
leg.
Game on.
Is that?
$121.
Well, if you wonder what the difference is in winning and losing dart matches,
140.
it's often about the checking out. Collins with that big 158 finish and hasn't actually missed a dart double in the game.
96.
Yeah, for any dart player, that's it's a talent to have.
$44.
One of those matches that you had against Michael van Gerwen, a couple of Euro tours where you beat him heavily. One of those, didn't you go 6 out of 6 or 6 out of 7?
6 out of 6. Yeah, it was 6 out of 6.
135.
Yeah, it was. I think it was back in Hildesheim back in the day. Yeah, it was
45. Robert
obviously a
Carr,
good match to be part of,
149.
and I found just like we always say, it's all about taking your chances, and that. And I took them, and thankfully I got the win over Michael. But Robert looking at 72,
86.
slightly dips into the 9 to leave 63. So Joe, that's a perfect dart for Joe, and he is. Can he fill that up? And he can do.
180. Robert Carr, 63.
Right, see, I think for both sessions today. Joe's hit the most 180s for one player.
$43, Joe Khan 92.
Be interesting to see what way Joe goes. He's going to go for the treble 20 or the 25. He's gonna. Is he going to go 218s? No.
72.
Did you just spot Rob Collins in the background there?
No, I didn't know.
Not sure what he was doing. He was very animated and excited. And he'll be very happy now as Rob Collins gets a victory that actually is crucial in this group. Not for him, he's out. But what he has done is taken Joe Murnan with him. And that means now that Victor Tingstrom, Daniel Larsson and Tom Sykes have all qualified for Saturday night at the Super Series. They're all through. Rob Collins with that victory has confirmed that everything is sorted in this group. 5 more games coming our way though after this break. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we now know the identity of the 3 qualifiers from Group B. First in the table, Tom Sykes has already qualified. He did that by getting a victory over Daniel Larsson, who has since qualified by virtue of the previous result when Rob Collins beat Joe Murnan, and Victor Tingstrom is also through. That means that the 6 players contesting finals night tomorrow are Colin Osborne, Sykes, Larsson and Tingstrom, and Ashley Coleman and Jamie Owens, who qualified from Group C this afternoon. Now the top 3 will jostle for position in this group, and the 2 Swedes are about to show down for the right to join Tom Sykes on 10 points. The winner of this match will be top of the tree after it, before Sykes returns to take on Murnan. Tingstrom also faces Rob Collins. Larsson meets Murnan before Sykes faces Collins in the last of our 10 tungsten tussles tonight. Keegan, a complete contrast to this afternoon, which went down to the wire. We thought it could be sorted at the halfway stage, and it turns out that's exactly the way it's gone.
Yeah, completely different contrast, and yeah, it's been not a weird evening session, but the standard's been really good throughout the evening, and you have to feel for especially Rob Collins. He's came out like a true just he's came out with the lion's heart on as such, and he's thrown really good, and he's probably think, if only if I did this yesterday, he would have had a better chance to qualify and playing like this. It'd be interesting to see how both players, because I'm assuming both of these would have travelled together down to Portsmouth and.
Potentially not, because Tingstrom, of course, only came in this group, didn't he? So Larsson's been here since Monday. I don't know if Victor's been hanging around since then or not. But this Swedish showdown was a decent darting duel
41.
Last night. It was 4-3 to Victor Tingstrom in the end, and it follows that performance from Rob Collins that sent them both through. Collins, as Keegan alluded to, despite being out, showed himself to be a super trooper. No, we're not going to do that again. Myself and Laura Turner are having a bit of fun with ABBA puns if you weren't watching at that point of the evening, Keegan.
I think that's when I must have turned over, unfortunately.
It might be when you fell asleep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it could have been, yeah. Anyway, looking at the 25.
139.
Yeah, that's a bit more advanced in terms of the arithmetic, isn't it? We're talking about a few players getting it wrong, but they should be praised for getting it right.
Definitely. I always think this is
59.
Obviously, this is a massive step up from pub darts and wherever people obviously learn the trade and the continent and whatnot. This is where you build the confidence of knowing what to go for when you're in your 306s and your 302s.
Victor Car 121.
Absolutely. Well, he knows his 1-2-1s. And he fancies the ball
96.
On the green, but not in the hole.
Daniel Car 88.
I remember as a child, I was always fascinated with the game of darts, and I wasn't allowed to play until I learnt the maths, so I had to chalk for 3 years before I was given a set of darts.
51. Victor Car 25.
Yeah, that's the old school way, isn't it? You've got to chalk before you can walk.
Getting shot on the first leg, Victor Tingstrom.
I can't moan about it that much. Obviously, maths was actually my
Second
best
leg,
subject
Daniel,
at school, so it's probably did me favours somewhere along in life.
Game on.
It put me to shame, Keegan. Expert mathematician. Super scientist.
47.
I wouldn't go super scientist that far.
I just about managed English.
Ironically,
140.
A little tour down memory lane for myself. I actually couldn't stand science at school, and I've ended up working in the laboratory for my whole working career.
60.
There are some schools that are teaching darts these days.
95.
Plenty of initiatives out there getting youngsters into playing this particular sport.
I think as well, it's
177.
It just proves that obviously it is a brilliant game to get involved with, but at the same time, for numeracy skills, it's absolutely second to none.
100%. 100%. Well, Victor Tingstrom had this number hit against him in the opening match of the night to lose the opening match of the night. The 1-3-2 was shot in
55.
by Sykes.
Victor Car
Can Tingstrom take it out as well? He may not need to go the ball route now. Larsson hasn't left to finish. But I think because he's through, he wants to repeat the feat. Couldn't quite manage it.
64.
And also, that's something else to watch out for, actually, Keegan. Now we have 3 players through. We might see some showmanship for the rest of the night.
Yeah, the old exhibition shots might start coming out. A lot of double-double opportunities.
62. Victor car 68.
You know, we alluded to earlier where, you know, Daniel's had a couple chances of this week
Getting
winning
shot on the second leg, Victor
the
Tingstrom.
first group and obviously top and B. You know, is it taking
Third
its
leg,
toll on
Victor
him
through
in this
first.
match?
Game on.
No, actually, I should be top of the pile now, and that's me done. But yeah, you don't know, do you?
Would it be a little concern that he's through now,
60.
but he was through by virtue of another result? Would it be a concern for him tomorrow that twice this week under pressure he's missed the darts to qualify?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a
40.
massive concern just yet because, you know, he's going to be here tomorrow. And, you know, he's considering he has missed a couple of chances, but before the chances, he's played very consistent. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think, you know, the main point of the Super Series is getting there to Saturday. You know, as a dart player, burn my logical head on, I would feel if he misses 3 darts tomorrow, that will hurt him more than the 2
93.
opportunities this week, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you just wonder
If it's going to...
missing those darts will be a psychological factor of missing them in a similar position this week.
140.
Victor Tingstrom himself, he's had a certain buoyancy about him, a real spring in his step over the last couple of nights.
To be fair, he's played, you know, to Victor, he's played absolutely solid darts. He definitely deserves his chance
Victor
up
car
there
161.
tomorrow evening. Oh, is he going to go for it? He is. Or he was.
82.
So 79 left. What pressure can Daniel put him under? And he's going the right way about things.
98. Victor car 79.
So 19s, single 20 for tops.
Getting shot on the third leg, Victor Tingstrom.
Bish bosh bash.
Fourth
Just
leg,
like that.
Daniel to through first.
Victor's 3-0 up. Throwing a very competitive, just shy of a 96 average.
Yeah, Larsson was looking a little lost on the stage there, wasn't he, as Tingstrom took that out? Didn't know where to hide. And that's the problem, there is nowhere to hide.
You know, darts is, you know, we've always
59.
said darts is all about taking your opportunities, and this match, it just shows you Victor's took all of them and he's 3-0 up. And he's hoping just to, you know, get off with a nice 4-0 win.
140.
Yeah, put himself in a very strong position to actually win the group, should he do that.
80.
Although Tom Sykes would have a game in hand, of course.
57.
That coming next against Joe Murnan before Victor ends his evening against Rob Collins. Larsson meets Murnan in the penultimate match, and then Sykes completes the group. And this
58.
week's group stages against Collins.
So, you know, Victor hasn't got the throw this leg. He's taken full advantage.
100.
He's obviously 100 in front of Daniel against the throw hit.
$81.
You don't really see a lot of emotion there from Daniel, but that's maybe the first signs of it happening this evening. And Victor going through the stages.
180.
He was nodding before he even threw the last dart.
I think the only other person I've ever seen do that is James Richardson.
Well, Daniel Larsson's not enjoying this match. I think that's safe for everyone to see.
$137. Victor car 24.
So, double 12 for a 13 dart to win.
Getting shot in the match, Victor Tingstrom.
And that is an excellent triumph for Tingstrom. a 4-0 win, an average of over 100. It's a pat on the back for his fellow Swede Daniel Larsson, who really wasn't expecting that, was it? He played great stuff all week, but he's condemned to a 4-0 defeat there. There you see that 3-figure average and a great checkout percentage as well of 66.6%. High checkout of 79, but all important, the scoreline that sees Victor Tingstrom put himself top of the table. That will change if Tom Sykes beats Joe Murnan after the break. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where the darts are always flying. And flying through to finals night is Tom Sykes, along with Victor Tingstrom and Daniel Larsson. Joe Murnan will not be there after defeat to Rob Collins, condemned him to an exit at the end of the group stages. But Tom Sykes has designs on finishing top of the table, and a victory in this match would take him there.
First leg, Jody through first. Game on.
So Murnan has the darts in this race to 4 legs, and it's the first of the 4 final matches.
85.
You'd expect Sykes to get the victory.
60.
He did when they met yesterday, a 4-2 win for the Yorkshireman. And it is a War of the Roses, this one.
96.
Yeah, nobody from either Lancashire or Yorkshire want to be losing
100.
this one, do they?
$43.
Tom putting down the marker. And he does. First 180 of the match, and that also brings up the 200 for the week.
He's hit his fair share of those.
134. Tom McCarr, 161.
Can he follow it with a flashy finish? Not to be.
97.
143. I
Joe
once saw Alan
143.
Norris take this out starting on 42, you know.
What? 42.51 ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
43.
And I asked him about it, and he said there was
Tommy
method in the
Carr,
madness, because if
64.
he missed the 42, he might have hit the 33.
That does
Getting
make
short of
sense.
first leg, Tom Sykes.
Well, it's Sykes who takes the leg in quick
Second leg,
fashion.
Tom to throw
14
first.
darter,
Game on.
180 in it, 64 out.
So 1-0 to the White Rose County.
57.
Joe, keep going along.
140.
Real contrast in the way they throw the darts, haven't they, these two?
Yeah.
So forceful, Tom Sykes.
180.
Joe Murnan's action is almost, I'm going to use a word and I think you'll know what I mean here. It's almost sleepy, isn't it?
So relaxed. It really is relaxed.
62.
But it's always been the same. You know, there's a lot of players have changed the throws over the years, but Joe's always remained the same.
140.
A 1-2 forward offer for
40.
Tom Sykes
Tom
now.
McCarr, 124.
In this situation with them already being through, I think he'd go for the bull should he get the opportunity. 14s. Oh, he doesn't.
Oh.
92.
All business.
That's good attitude from Tom. Using the
99.
board management
Tom
property
McCarr,
there.
32.
And it shows that he's
In
still
from the second
focused on
leg,
topping
Tom
the group
Sykes.
and not just getting through. He's not satisfied with that.
Third leg, Jody through first. Game on. $80. $44.
It's Joe filling up the trebles, and he does.
180.
But that's the third 180 of the match. And once again, we're in the third leg. You know, that's the second time
140.
this evening we've had that. And both games Joe Murnan's been part of.
Shake of the head from Joe.
61.
Rescued that shot somewhat.
57.
Yeah, Joe's looking good.
85.
Getting the leg on the border. What Sykes he gonna produce?
60.
That's unlucky.
Joe
That's
McCarr,
three well
95.
thrown darts there. Could have landed either side of the treble.
29.
Making a bit of a corned beef out of that one, isn't he? Made a right bit of a hash out of it.
Yeah, certainly did. It's left him in a perilous position, hasn't it?
140.
Because Sykes
Joe
is in a
McCarr,
much more
66.
favourable spot now. Although that really helps. 2 darts at double 18.
Game
Only
on the
needs
third leg,
one.
Joe
Murnan
Murnan.
cuts the deficit in this game in half.
Fourth leg, Tom to through first. Game on.
You're going to see another one.
140.
You're in the third leg here, and you know Tom. He's been, you know, in my opinion, he's probably been
23.
the outstanding performer today. Still averaging over the 105.
Yeah, it's a great performance, this from Tom Sykes.
96.
And it augurs well for Saturday, doesn't it?
Does that, and it's a good confidence. You know, it's a good place to be breeding confidence.
41.
He will now be feeling like a real contender, not just for winning this week, but should he get through to Champions Week. He'll be amongst the bookies' favourites to win it, you know.
95.
That's good board management there. Throwing on the 19s first to try and leave the 178.
Well, he's had bullseye finishes in each of his matches this evening. Are we going to see another one on the end of the biggest finish? Oh, no, so close. On that occasion, he did go for it, Keegan.
170.
There he goes. How many times do you see Michael Van Gogh doing that to an opponent when they've missed a 9-darter or a 170?
Yeah, Tom Sykes going to help smiling. Joe Murnan sees the funny side as well.
Fifth leg shoulder through first. Game on.
Looking for another max, and he does.
Well, that's a 180 to follow a 170.
97.
Some theories had 6 perfect darts. Make that 8.
140.
Well, he actually had a spell there of 9 perfect darts because he hit a treble 20 with
57.
his last dart before the 170, then a 180, and then 2 more treble 20s.
60. 100.
I think Tom's going through the motions there. He knows that he's got the throw in the next leg.
21.
That's the second time where Joe's had a bit of a lead and he's hit a very low
93.
sub 40 score.
Yep. 170, 180, 140, then 60 and 21. And he's up for a bit of fun here, isn't he, Joe Murnan? We said we might see the exhibition shots coming
82.
out. Joe Murnan is the player to oblige.
Has Joe miscounted there?
No, I just think
64.
he's gone for the...
Joey Wilcar, 18.
No.
Oh, the last start. Yeah, sorry, the last start.
Getting shown the fifth leg, Joe Murnan.
Like we said earlier, what do we know about darts, eh? So this is the
leg.
leg.
Through first, game on.
What more fun is in this fixture?
$95. 45. 121.
Looks like Tom's in cruise control on this leg.
140.
He's probably looking to get filled up with another max. And he does so.
180.
5 180s between both players in this match.
3 in the column for Tom, 2 for Joe, and that column,
7.
or that stat, is reflected in the scoreline.
105.
Oh, here we go. Surely. Looking at the ball.
Oh,
66.
cheeky stuff from Tom Sykes. I bet he's had Nando's for dinner, hasn't he?
177.
Oh, what a throw. What a throw from Joe.
Look what he's left. The shot that Sykes took out to win his first match tonight, but he might not get a go at it because Sykes takes aim at double 8 and finishes off
Tom Sykes.
what was a really fun fixture between Tom Sykes and Joe Murnan, both of them showing off at times in that one, knowing the destiny of their week. Sykes's is to play at finals night on Saturday. Murnan's is to head home, but he is going to produce a few party pieces before he leaves the live lounge in Portsmouth. Couple in there, including a 170 mid-leg. 9 perfect darts at 1 point from Joe Murnan in that match, but it's Tom Sykes who is on course for the perfect night. He wins 4-2. He'll be back in a couple of games' time, but coming next, Rob Collins is up against Victor Tingstrom.
Phil, the Power Taylor. Dazzler, Glenn Durant. Game, shot, ornament. It's Wolfie, Martin, Adams. Adrian, Jackal, King of Bling, the Dazzler, Bobby George.
Game, shot, and
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where Victor Tingstrom is one of the 3 players through to finals night on Saturday. The Swede is hoping also to return to the top of the table after Tom Sykes put himself there with victory over Joe Murnan in the previous match. Tingstrom could join him on 12 points as he ends his campaign in Group B, and then we'll have to hope that Sykes is beaten by the man he's hoping to beat, Rob Collins, who plays in 2 of the last 3 fixtures. And between them, Daniel Larsson will take on Joe Murnan. And we did see a bit of fun and some
First leg, Rob, to
showboating in that previous game, and I
on.
just wonder if we'll see a bit more of that here.
I think with my opinion, I think with Rob, he just wants to get on and start playing darts, and I think I'd be
96.
very surprised if he starts going double, double, double.
You know what's going to happen now in the first leg, Keegan?
Yeah, he's going to take out 150 with 3 balls, you just know it.
140. $45.
Well, a bit of a reaction from Rob Collins as he walked back. We've seen plenty of those over the last couple of nights,
Yeah, we have
58.
that.
as we've become accustomed to here at the Super Series.
You know, I think, what I obviously been here this afternoon, this evening,
93.
what I would like to see is getting Jamie and Rob Collins a match. Because I think that'd be interesting.
Jamie Owens and Rob Collins, yeah.
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, tungsten, testosterone,
76.
everywhere you look in that one.
$96. $83.
Yeah, I think, obviously, from the disappointment from Rob's point of view, yesterday, he's came out all guns blazing. And it is
131. Victor Carr, 144.
really good to see a player when they've had a bit of a bad night here. And then they've come back all firing all cylinders. And, you know, at the moment, No,
56.
I can't.
Robbie
No,
Carr,
Rob's been a
40.
bit. He's been perfect. Just been a bit unlucky tonight.
Yeah, he's played some decent darts, hasn't he? That one's not a decent dart, but that one
Getting
is.
shot on the first leg, Rob Collins.
What a reaction from Rob Collins. He's
Second leg,
becoming a bit
Victor
of a
to throw
parody of
first.
himself
Game
here,
on.
isn't he?
Yeah, we usually obviously see Richie Bennett talking to a speaker. Now Rob's talking to the dartboard.
134.
Well, let me just remind you, if you weren't watching last night, the lineup for next week,
60.
because we did reveal that yesterday. And in the field, we're going to see a certain John Henderson. Now, he's had some success today, I believe, Keegan, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. You know, looking at the seniors' results,
180.
obviously there was two competitions, and John won the second one this evening, and obviously the first one was Kev Edwards, another Super Series
30.
player in the past. So yeah, many congratulations to both of them.
Yeah, 112 average in one of the Highlanders wins, and he's going to be part of a tartan tungsten duo tearing it up on the Super Series stage. Robert
95.
Thornton, our double trouble winner, coming with him. Cam Crabtree also in Group A. Kevin Mills, the ADC qualifier, and the two ADC Europe reps, Danny Janssen, the mullet, and Jerome Caron. Group C, Jamie
59.
Atkins, Martin
Victor Carr,
Thomas,
92.
and Sean Holly. And Group B, Chris Gilliland, Kevin Burness, and Aidan Kirk.
Wow, you know, just even
68.
looking at them names, there's a lot of previous PDC major winners, there's Pro Tour winners, and, you know, the quality's there. So, you know, I think it's going to be an absolute cracking week next
57.
week for
Yeah.
any
Victor Carr,
watcher
24.
of darts.
And Crabtree, like Tom Sykes, a Champions Night finalist.
Yeah.
Victor is not going to go for this.
No score.
Well, that's one way to bust, isn't it? Plumbing the treble 20.
$121. Victor Carr, 24.
So Victor looking at 212s, and he does.
Game shot on the second leg. Victor Tingstrom.
Makes it level pegging in this match at 1-1.
Had a
Third
good
leg
old
drops
look
to
at it,
third
didn't he?
first. Game on.
Yeah, he did that.
You sometimes do see, don't you, darts players mocking each other. Can you remember the
96.
one with Dimitri Vandenberg and Luke Humphreys earlier this year?
Yeah, I did. Was it from the match play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Now, what I would like to see in this game is Victor Tingstrom to attempt the Rob Collins
42.
celebration.
I don't think he's that stupid to do it, to be fair.
I don't know if anyone else but Rob Collins can do it.
It's like when he celebrates,
60.
it's a bit of a... It's a mixed match between Michael Van Gogh and Gezi, I'm finding, this evening.
Yeah, good. Good characterisation of it.
What on the
But at the end of the day, it's working for Rob, so, you know, fair play to him.
Yeah. And we see Victor
60.
Tingstrom just walk up to the board. Just not reacting at all.
140.
Very demure, very mindful.
Very businesslike.
42. Victor Carr, 139.
Just looking at 82. He went the balls to 17, will leave the tops.
99.
Yeah, probably the right thing to do with Collins not on a finish.
Yeah, I always find when somebody's on 82 and they got two darts and they go for the ball, I don't understand going for another 25.
140.
Because there's always a chance
Victor
you hit
Carr,
that
40.
bullseye and it's, you know, ruin the leg.
Getting shown on the
Well,
third leg.
Tingstrom's
Victor
won this
Tingstrom.
leg, and that's a break of throw.
Fourth leg, Victor to throw first. Game on.
I think maybe that's the first time in both sessions today we've actually seen somebody taking out double 10 first dart. So there's a lot of struggles on that side of the board today.
83.
Get down there, Keegan. Show 'em how it's done.
No, definitely not. I'm always more of a 32-16
60.
man.
Remarkably, of all of the darts players that have played on the Super Series stage and sat in the commentary box,
96.
only Chris Mason has won a week here. I know you're ineligible, Keegan, so I can't really blame you, but you think of the likes of Scott Mitchell,
125.
hasn't managed to do it, Matthew Edgar, Glenn Durrant, Paul Nicholson, even Fallon Sherrick's done some commentary here before. She's got close.
100.
But it just shows you how competitive it is. You know, these are household names. You know, they know how to play darts. They know how to win. And, you know, it's...
26.
I think there's another factor. Somebody said, like, Robert Vaughan's never won a week here.
Apart from that double start, but not a normal Super Series week, correct?
58.
No, Cam Crabtree's here next week. He might be atting me in a minute because he did sit in this commentary box during the Influencer Darts Showdown, didn't he? So he might be claiming.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, does it? Hey.
135. Peter Carr, 164.
Even the great Phil Taylor sat in this commentary box.
$58. Robbie Carr, 155.
Yeah, it's you know, there's a lot of, you know, Rob's there for 155. Oh, here we go, looking at the ball.
105.
Well, he'll convince himself it was out of the ball, but it wasn't. It was out of the 25.
To be fair, if Rob thinks it came out of the ball, we'll let him have that one.
Well, he could go for the bull again here. Do you think he will?
I think he might. Considering, you know,
86.
I said previous in the match there'd be no showbone from Rob, it wouldn't surprise me if he does go for ball. Oh,
he's missed it by a mile, Keegan.
He has. No, he hasn't. No,
He's on the fourth weight, Rob Collins.
And the Rob reaction is a picture to behold.
Fifth leg Rob to throw first. Game on.
Well, he went for something flashy and then he went for something rather sensible there.
$60.
And just to give you an insight behind the scenes, I'll say it, well done to our spotter, Owen Binks, who spotted that. He's going to Vegas next week, you know.
Is he really?
180.
Oh, he's having a conversation. He's booked it for ages and he doesn't know what airport he's going from.
140.
Sounds like him. Will there be celebrations here? Like the jackpot has been achieved. I think that's missed.
81.
Yeah, it has.
$59. $85.
So Robert, aiming to get a couple of trebles, get the scoring again on this leg. That's one of them.
135. Victor Carr, 155.
It's Victor out on 155. That's the first one. Looking at the 57.
What does Rob Collins
99.
do here? Is
Rob
he
McCall,
fancying
107.
something else rather special?
I'm surprised he didn't go bullseye, 7 bullseye then.
I thought he'd at least start on the 57 and give yourself a choice.
Game
What he
shot
does
on the
do is
fifth leg,
takes it
Rob
out.
Collins. Six leg Victor to throw first. Game on.
Well, it's Michael Van Gerning here at the Modus Super Series. And then followed by the Gezi Price Roar. Eat your hearts out, gentlemen.
100.
Got some competition in town. You know, to be fair to Rob,
81.
he might be 10 points behind in the averages, but hey, he's winning 3-2.
I just think he'll be wishing he played like this last night. Because he's a totally different player, isn't he?
A different animal, should we say.
44. $99.
2 more games to come after this one. Daniel
58.
Larsson against Joe Murnan. And then Tom Sykes against this man, Rob Collins.
Yeah, but I think it'd be interesting to see how Daniel approaches the next
46.
match. Because he wasn't really on it against Victor in the previous, so...
He's only won 1 game tonight, Daniel Larsson. That was his first one against Collins, actually, but Murnan hasn't won
99.
any.
To be fair, that was a close game with Rob as well.
A wayward one.
78.
Well, it's 3 trebles, but only 1 he wanted.
Looking for the 140, and he does.
140. Victor Carr 60.
Good reply from Rob, putting the pressure on Victor's 60. He's looking at double top to make it 3 apiece and then force the decider, and he
On
does.
the 6 leg, Victor Tingstrom. So the final leg, Rob to through first. Game
Real
on.
swagger about him in this game, Rob Collins. He hasn't stopped, has he, moving around, reacting to bad darts, reacting to good darts, reacting to his opponent's darts.
26.
So I've played, I think it was during the year of the COVID, and Rob played a lot of Pro Tour events because he was obviously very high up there in the Challenge Tour rankings, and
95.
I'll be honest, I've never really seen him this animated.
Well, we've seen what he's like on the stage. What do you think he's like in the practice room?
I don't know.
I reckon he just gets a quiet corner, sits
Yeah.
on a cushion with some
100.
houseplants around, burns some sense, and just meditates for 40 minutes in between each game.
Anything's possible, isn't it? Let's be honest.
140.
But Robert, on a serious note, he wants to get back on that treble 20.
85.
Even if it's just the 1 treble, you still take it. It looks like the ball is in Victor's court at the moment.
58.
It's these legs where there's still anyone's. It only takes 1 good score to get in front.
45.
A reminder that if Victor Tingstrom wins this game, he will go top of the table. Then we'll be hoping for Rob Collins to beat Tom Sykes in the last match of the night so that he stays there.
140.
It's good darts there by Victor. Rob ideally needs 2 trebles now. Even 1 just gives him a nod.
42. Victor
Maybe
Carr,
not that
68.
treble, but
So to remain in contention for winning the group,
Getting shot on the
Victor
mark,
Tingstrom does just that after a decent clash with Rob Collins. He played well in the game. He's played well tonight as Collins. Maybe wishes he could have produced this yesterday, but Victor Tingstrom ends his campaign on a high and ends his campaign by shuffling the pack to the top of the table. 12 points for him at the end of 2 nights of play. Tom Sykes is also on 12 but has a game in hand which will be against Rob Collins. Before that though, Daniel Larsson will meet Joe Murnan.
This will be some way to win 4-0 again. Oh boy. And look at that from Nathan Rafferty! Reminds me of one of the greatest Richie Burnett sayings that has been uttered out loud. 180! Gets his second 1-8 of the match and levels up with Scott. That statistic. 4 180s for our first match of the night. So far, it's quite some going. And 26 180s in total last night, I think. I get something fairly similar. Oh, we've got another one from Burnett though. We'll come back to that story about Richie Burnett a little bit later because last night he had a crack at this.
128. Richie
Didn't get dart 8.
41.
He's got the 60. He's got the 45. Double 18. Richie Burnett hits a 9 darter. Get in there, the Prince of Wales.
Not saying anything. Not putting a curse on it.
180. Danny McCall,
Just do it, Danny. Do it. Do it. Do it. He's done it.
Shot of the match. Danny
It's
Landry.
incredible.
Win Jeffrey Swan defeating Divenboard at 6-5 as
59.
Heenahan finds his first max of the match. It's the first max of this one. One in the opening game. Like buses. This will be some way to win it with a 9.
140. Can he require 141? Game
Go
shot
on,
and
Conor
the match.
Heenahan.
Conor Heenahan
Winning the match with the magical 9 darts.
Just 2 games to be played here at the Live Lounge tonight, but we already know the 3 players that are going through from Group B. Daniel Larsson is one of them, and he will be going through as the 3rd place player. Cannot now improve his position after Victor Tingstrom, his fellow Swedish star, beat Rob Collins in the previous match, and that means that Larsson will be sharing a finals night group with Ashley Coleman, who won Group C this afternoon. We will reveal the Group's 4 finals night at the end of this evening's harrowing entertainment, so do stay tuned right to the end of the show, and you'll find out who is going to play who tomorrow.
First leg,
2
Daniel
more
with
fixtures to
first.
fulfil in this group, and of course Tom Sykes,
Game on.
who plays Rob Collins in the last match, is looking to win the group and complete the perfect night. It hasn't been the perfect night for Daniel Larsson. Had this been a normal Group B where we had more players in contention, it could have gone wrong for him this evening, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, darts is a weird game. You have an opportunity to win the group, and then all of a sudden everything starts
44.
going pear-shaped. And it'd be interesting to see how both players play in this match, because, in Joe's respect, he's got nothing to lose now. It's going to be, sadly, it's going to be his last game of the week. And is he going to come out all guns blazing, where
58.
Where Daniel just wants a bit more, I wouldn't say confidence, but he wants to get back winning.
We had a spell of 9 perfect darts in his previous match, including
96.
a 180 and a 170, albeit not a finish in that game. Was rather relaxed, was doing some fun stuff as well. I think Daniel Larsson, after that
59.
bad beat against Victor Tingstrom, will want to bounce back with a big win here to end his
Of course he does.
qualifying campaign.
And look at Joe there, filling that up.
140.
Like he's
96.
I wouldn't want to say he's lost his range, but it's not as effective as he was in the first couple of matches earlier this evening.
98.
Well, can Joe Murnan make it look as easy
90.
as 1, 2,
Joe
3?
123. 76.
Couldn't find the ball.
Daniel Calvert 70.
So Daniel's got this chance for the 170. Looking at 2 treble 19s, he's found one. Another one would leave double 18. And he does so.
134.
It's good
Joe
pressure
Carl,
darts there.
47.
So Joe knows he needs to hit this. And he does.
Getting shown the first leg, Joe Murnan.
Solid 17 darter to break Daniel's throw, and yeah, it looks like cool.
Second leg, Joe to throw first.
Joe's
Game
up
on.
for this.
Yeah, not the kind of end Larsson would have wanted to his qualifying campaign, not the kind of form he would have wanted to take into finals night. Going to have to
40.
do that thing that a lot of darts players find it difficult to do and dust himself down and forget about it. Start again tomorrow.
You know, it's like you know, with Daniel, it's looking like he's having a bit of an Ashley Coleman scenario where, you know, he was absolutely flying out of the group and he's dipped for a couple of matches.
Yeah, lucky for him that
100.
it's happened when he was already through, because it could have really gone wrong for Coleman. Had to win his last match against Charlie Large. Did so, actually, with a good performance.
$59.
Well, you know who is through, Keegan. First time I'm going to ask you, but from what you've seen, not just tonight while you've been here, but over the week and over the years,
121.
who of the 6 on Saturday do you think would be favourites? So we've got Colin Osborne, Ashley Coleman, Jamie Owens, and the 3 from this group, Tingstrom, Sykes, and this man, Daniel Larsson.
That's a tough one. Wow. It's hard to see over the experience of Colin Osborne. You know, you have to remember with Colin, he was a Champions League winner back in the days when they used to do it. Was it Essex, wasn't it? Crowden Park,
yeah.
And I think he beat Phil in the final.
59.
And this,
Joe Carr, 100.
you know, back in the day when Phil was the man.
When that was regarded as a major event as well.
Yeah, it was. So you can't knock them off. So I'd be very surprised if the bookies doesn't seem favourite, in my opinion. But that's not being
58.
disrespectful
Joe Carr,
to
40.
the rest of the field. As you know, Colin's been playing professional darts now for 20 years, so you know he's seen it, got it, and he's definitely got the
30.
T-shirt.
No, I tend to agree. I think it
57.
probably would be between him and Tom Sykes in the odds compilers' minds. Treble 20. Not found. So Joe Murnan will get another opportunity to double his lead here.
117. Joe Carr, 10.
Doesn't want to go out with 4
Getting
straight
shown a
defeats
second leg,
either,
Joe
Joe
Murnan.
Murnan, so he'll be happy to have opened up this advantage.
Third
This
leg,
is
Daniel to throw first.
7 legs lost on the spin now tonight by Daniel Larsson, who
Game on.
lost to Sykes in that last leg decider. Remember when he would have qualified had he hit the match-winning double in that match. And since then, he's lost every single leg he's played. The last one in that one, 4-0 in his previous match, and now the first 2 in this.
81.
It's a weird scenario to think how something's changed all within an hour of each other.
He's almost going to feel like he's qualified by default, isn't he? He's not going to feel like he's
43.
gone and got through himself.
Yeah, totally agree there, Chris. You know, it's nothing worse when you have to rely on other people, and you know, like you said, even though he was more or less guaranteed tonight,
100.
he might feel, well, do you know what? I don't know how I've managed to sneak it through, and he has. Probably the same way, you know, how Ashley was feeling
82.
after, you know, the afternoon session.
Yeah, but at least he did it by winning a match himself. Larsson can still turn this around, of course. It's only 2-0. It's not 4-0 yet.
I think this 180 would be a massive confidence boost.
180.
Definitely a confidence boost there for Daniel.
82. Daniel Carr, 140.
But the only issue is, it's on his throw.
$60.
So Murnan needing to hit big to get back into this leg. It looks like Larsson has it to lose.
134.
But he
Daniel
does
Carr,
leave a
80.
finish.
Yeah, so Daniel looking for a... No, wants the big fat 20. Oh, to leave tops. Very lucky not to ricochet into the lower treble 20 there. And he does.
On the third leg, Daniel Larsson.
And to be fair, that was quite a clean cut finish, how we would say that.
Joe to throw first. Game on.
And it should give him some confidence.
Yeah, great finish that from Larsson.
137.
To be fair to Joe, just throwing just shy of a 90 average.
40.
And Daniel's probably thinking, you know, when your luck's not in, it really isn't in.
That little bit of the hockey in front of the dartboard is now called the Lonely Darts
96.
Club. Nothing makes me tear up more than that camera shot when you see the dart on the floor.
Yeah, it's happened to me too many times.
100.
Well, in one match, as I recall, was it against Mark Webster?
Yeah, it was at the Grand Slam.
I think you had more darts on the floor than in the board, Keegan.
Yeah, I
98.
think I always remember, you know, I came off and, you know, somebody said to me in the crowd, oh, you know, it was only an 83 average, it was rubbish. I said, rubbish? Played for 2 darts half the match.
100. Joe Carr 170.
But it was weird. It was all treble visits, and it wasn't just the treble 20s.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen that
40.
game, do search it online, because they weren't just bounce outs like the one we just saw. They were just going in the treble and then slowly dropping out, weren't they?
It was like
like watching the Titanic sink.
Yeah. I think that's how I described my Grand Slam campaign that year. But yeah, it's yeah, at the time it was a tough one to swallow, but you know,
105.
I've won games after that.
Yeah, certainly. Sharpened your points, I believe, after that.
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Well, no bull for Joe Murnan, but there could be some bull hitting for Daniel Larsson here. Not to be. Doesn't get a go.
78. Joe Carr 25.
Yeah, in the last 2 matches, you know, Daniel's definitely shown his emotions. Joe's now looking at 2 falls, and he does.
From the 4th leg, Joe Murnan.
So a 3-1 lead to Joe Murnan.
5th leg, Daniel to through first.
It's only
Game on.
0.04 is the difference at the moment in the averages.
It's pretty laboured though now for Larsson, isn't it? He started the night well, but he's stuttered and struggled ever since. He's only actually had 1 dart at double
40.
in this game. Perfect first start, that. 180 all day long.
180. $85.
Can Joe go out on the bang? So that's weird, because you don't, you know, looking
55.
at other dart players, you know, darts and how they use their equipment, you don't really see it anymore. But you know, a lot of you know, obviously I do. A lot of the
120.
The standard dart flights now, the old-fashioned, you know, plastic stem and the, you know, the flight. A lot of people use the hole puncher, but if you look at Joe, he's gone a bit old-fashioned, you know, old-fashioned, and you know, he doesn't use the hole puncher. You don't really see that anymore, do you?
Well, it's bearing fruit for him in this one. 2 180s in the leg, and that to rub salt into the wound because Larsson had a bounce out for a maximum. 86 here for an 11 darter to sign off in style.
What's the ball?
50. Daniel Carr 116.
I think we had a bit of a smirk there from Joe through the microphone.
18 to keep the game going.
98. Joe Carr
Murnan
36.
now needs the same target. Well, it's been a poor end
Game
to the
showing
evening
Matt Joe
for Daniel Larsson, but he is going through regardless. Joe Murnan, who is heading out, well, he signs off with a win. His second of the campaign, his only one of the evening, and he matches exactly what he did last time he was here. 2 wins in Group B. Larsson made his bidding early in the group. Only 1 win tonight for him. He finishes in 3rd place, and we're going to find out who will top the table in the next match. Will it be Victor Tingstrom or Tom Sykes, who takes on Rob Collins?
Please welcome to the stage, Angry Ginge and John Henderson.
And this is where, hang on, wow. Hang on, Ginge! On the bounce out there for Nyland, but you do not expect him to get another visit in this match. John Henderson, double 10. And he pins it to take the opening. Devon coming up first for double 10. He's the one that left it, and he's the one that hits it for the opening leg.
They talked a good game, didn't they, beforehand? They've not done quite so delivered it as of yet. You still make Devon Peterson. This is a key favourite from this moment. Oh, hello! It's the big favourites.
Goes 2-0. But it doesn't.
The most successful player at the Super Series is the man who turns it around.
He's got it 1-0. Away days and Bradley Brooks. May see a double-double. Does go double 19. Wants another double 19. Great shot. What a shot. Very good.
The Bradley Brooks show.
No 180, unfortunately. He did go for this one.
But this could go. This is a match opportunity.
And both their dots stand up, so will they block it? They will not.
John Henderson to take himself.
I think he was going for a 7 there, but it doesn't matter because he's going to hit it anyway. 47 kills.
Still an opportunity to showcase what he can do. And that's what Steve West can do. A double-double to get the job done. When you get those nerves, you just hang on to the dart a bit too long.
Steve West finds Cox
for a breaker throw.
With that double 20. Stops the match. Starts for fun and Steve West.
Steve West and Darts for Fun!
So one more fixture this evening, and it's a match that will determine who will finish at the top of the table, and indeed who will finish at the bottom of the table as well. Because if Rob Collins can get the victory here over Tom Sykes, then he will lift himself above Joe Murnan and finish in 4th place out of the 5. But if Sykes can beat Collins, he will leapfrog Victor Tingstrom, and he will be the first place finisher in Group B.
Game on.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Tom copes with Rob's mannerisms tonight more than anything, because it's been quite a straight night shooting for Tom.
This wasn't straightforward for him yesterday, this match. It was the first game of the group, and it was a last leg decider that it took Tom Sykes to win it. Collins, as I recall, was excellent with his finishing in that game.
125.
Had an inferior average all the way through the match, outscored by Sykes, but was flawless
100.
on the outer ring.
Not me now. Yeah, I
140.
watching Tom this evening, and for a number of years now, it's when he gets that first treble in, he makes it look effortless. They just kind of just all follow and suit.
136.
And you actually get more annoyed that he's missed 180 because it looks too easy to miss.
100. $58.
13 data incoming then, if Sykes can land double 18, which he does. And he's made a habit of this tonight, hasn't he, making really strong starts to fixtures.
Second leg, Rob to through first. Game on.
It just lets the opponent know that they're in for a real battle.
100%. And, you think at the beginning of the night, well, it was actually Victor
140.
that threw a 14 and a 12 to go 2-0 up against Tom. Before, obviously, the Yorkshire grit came through.
95.
And if he wins this game, of course, he will complete a perfect night in this group.
100.
We saw Colin Osborne have a perfect day on Monday, but we haven't seen
57.
another session where a player hasn't lost a match since then.
And I'm not just saying it because obviously I picked Tom at the beginning of the evening, but he's been in my opinion,
100.
even now he's been the cream of the crop. And this evening, I think looking back at it, we've had a good standard for a Friday night.
140.
Considering some might say the group was already sewn up before the evening started.
Yeah, they've all played their part, that's for sure.
52. 125. Replica 109.
So what is he going to go? He's going to go 9 tops, and he does. So it's top of the shot for Rob, and he does.
On the second leg, Rob Collins.
God, Rob must be thinking, why did I not play like this yesterday?
First. Game on. $96. $60.
Yeah, who knows what might have been had he found this form
124
hours earlier.
He probably used to be in 24 hours later.
Tom Sykes has never looked really like not making it through. It was expected, although it didn't happen for him as well as he would have hoped in Group A.
30.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I think with Tom, he's been in second gear. But when I say second gear, he's still been throwing nearly 95 averages all night.
96.
To be fair, I think tonight's the only session where he's really put it together game after game after game. We've seen a lot of sessions where we've seen maybe second and third
100.
gear from Tom Sykes. He's had to switch gears. Now then, 150, already through. I wonder.
Wow.
11.
We're going to soon find out, aren't we? Whatever way I'm going to say, he's going to go the opposite.
Just doesn't seem to be in his
56.
makeup, does it?
No. I think, I would describe Tom as an old-fashioned proper dart player where he would just go up there, he would just keep hitting tons all day long and,
85.
go out the more sensible route, should we say.
Great dart that to leave tops, and it's a very clinical kill. Tom Sykes heading for the top of the table, heading for finals night, leading the match 2-1, and once again averaging in 3 figures.
$66.
Yeah, we saw a lot earlier where a lot of the players that use the bulbous style
43.
dart, when one dart goes in the wrong treble, it usually finds the other. And we've seen it with Rob on that previous throw with the 2 treble ones.
81. $99.
What can Rob produce here?
140.
Yeah, I think definitely, Rob's gave a good account of himself this evening.
125. $60.
So Tom, He's got an outside chance to creep back into the leg, and he's taken it well.
118.
Well, this is a barrage of brilliance from Tom Sykes, forcing Rob Collins to take out a big one. Not going to do it.
98. Tom McCarr, 54. Game shown the fourth leg,
Fantastic.
Tom Sykes.
Absolutely fantastic. 14 data. Rob Collins doesn't know what's hit him.
Fifth leg,
Tom
Tom
Sykes
through
is
first.
making sure
Game on.
that he's taking care of business right until the end.
Proper clinical this is.
108.
And what a way to kick off the potential last leg of this match.
Yeah, and he had a 180 in his last scoring visit in the previous leg as well. So with the 54 in between,
58.
that's actually a spell here of 10 perfect darts already from Tom Sykes. Ends at 11.
140.
You can see why he was so disappointed after missing that second dart, 'cause it was perfect. And then the third one went straight in the treble.
140.
Well, it's absolutely exceptional, this.
145.
He might not be getting a 9 data, but he might finish on a 10.
On throw.
And with the best performance of the week. Save the best till last.
171. Tom McCarr, 36.
Misses the 10 data. Misses the 11 data.
27.
Misses the 12
Tom McCarr,
data. And Rob
132.
Collins could punish him.
You know, Rob behind Tom then, it was like the Hulk getting all up, and he's back down. So Tom knows he's going to have a chance at 9 for the match.
76. Tom McCarr, 9.
So to complete the win that would see him win the group. Double 2.
Game shown
And
the
Tom
match,
Sykes
Tom Sykes.
is the Group B winner. He leads the charge to finals night tomorrow, taking Victor Tingstrom and Daniel Larsson with him. In the end, a superb performance, an average of 102.3, 2 180s. He threatened to go out with a 10 data, just fell a little bit at the end. 15 to close out the match, but it is 14 points, just 1 loss, none tonight. A perfect evening for Tom Sykes, who defeats Rob Collins 4-1. He's one of the 3 going through from this group to finals night, and he goes through as the group winner. And we will hear from him after this break, so don't go anywhere. So that is it for this evening and for qualification, of course, for finals night this week. Group B is over, and we're just going to remind you of the 10 results from tonight's matches. Tom Sykes starting with a win and carrying on by winning all of his games this evening, doing what Colin Osborne did on Monday and having a perfect day. Daniel Larsson started with a win as well, but he then went on to lose his next 3 games. Not a good night for Joe Murnan until that win against Daniel Larsson, and Rob Collins did ensure that he had a slightly better evening than yesterday. And Tom has joined us in the studio for a chat. Tom, fantastic way to end the week. Would it be fair to say that it's the first session where really everything has come together this week?
Yeah, I've been practicing quite hard off here and practicing quite hard on my doubles because they've not gone really well in the first stage of Group A. But and even last night, I missed quite a few darts at a double, and it's not very often that I don't watch my games back, but this week I've not really watched any of them at all.
After the way last night went, did it release a little bit of pressure, the way the group was lying, knowing that you probably were going to be through just with maybe even one win, let alone 4?
Yeah, it definitely relaxed me a lot more. I've felt a lot more relaxed tonight. I've not even I don't feel like I've been struggling as much tonight like I have been. I've been trying. I feel like I'm putting a bit too much pressure on myself to be throwing good darts, but it's worked out in the end, and I've played quite well tonight.
We just saw actually in between the end of that match and speaking to you, that finals night where you were runner-up, that champions night, you said, I'm going to watch myself losing now. Do you think that's where the pressure comes from, what you've done here before?
Yeah, 100%. But it's not just from people that have watched me do it. It's from myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself to keep up these good darts. Like tonight, I've relaxed and I've played really well. But I've tried to do that all the time, and sometimes it doesn't work. But you've got to have that expectation on yourself, otherwise you're never going to make it, really, are you? So.
Well, absolutely. Keegan, you had expectations on Tom tonight. You said here he was going to be the group winner, and you've proved yourself to be a half-decent pundit tonight, haven't you?
First time ever that's ever happened. No, to be fair, Tom, you're faultless tonight. You know, every match, it just looked like you were just cutting butter, and you made it look so easy. And, fair play to you more than any fair play.
There were some interesting moments as well. A bit of fun in the match between yourself and Joe Murnan earlier on. You were going for the 170 finish. We're taking a look at that now. Just narrowly missing it, and then Joe Murnan steps up, and you both had a bit of a smile. What was it like to be involved in that when you both knew that the group was over? Really?
Yeah, I said to him in the room after. I said, I don't know what were funnier, the fact that you hit the 170 or the fact that he turned around and winked at me when he did it.
Yeah, I think we might even be able to see that. Yeah.
Luckily, I hit the double afterwards, so I didn't make myself look a bit of a fool. But
yeah, well, we missed the wing, but yeah, that was funny from Joe Murnan, wasn't it? We saw a bit of showmanship tonight. Rob Collins as well, all the faces that he pulls on the hockey. What's he like to play?
Oh, he's great. I love even in the back room, he's such a nice guy. But yeah, he's a bit mental on the hockey. But yeah, I've first time I've met him tonight. But yeah, he's a great guy.
Keegan, let's just get your thoughts on all of the players that have gone through from this group first. Yeah. Obviously, Tom leading the way. Victor Tingstrom, pretty comfortable for him. But is there a worry for Daniel Larsson, the way his week has ended going into finals now without that much confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I think it proved when you had the opportunity of topping the group and getting through. And from that moment on, a couple of cracks were appearing. So I think, good night's sleep and hopefully good practice on the board for tomorrow night, and he'd be hoping to put it right.
Yep, certainly. Well, he is through to finals night, and these are the 6 players that have made it. Colin Osborne won Group A earlier this week. Larsson actually missed darts to win that group and qualify then. Tom Sykes takes Group B with Victor Tingstrom runner-up and Daniel Larsson in 3rd place. Ashley Coleman and Jamie Owens qualifying this afternoon. And we can now reveal for the first time the Groups for finals night. So Tom's getting a look at this. He is in Group 2 with Ashley Coleman and Daniel Larsson. Group 1 is Osborne, Tingstrom and Owens. Tom, your initial reaction to your group?
Yeah, I don't mind it. They're all good. They're all good players anyway. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But if I play like that tonight, I can't see me going far wrong.
You're in Group A as well with both of those players, so you worked out their game this week as well.
Yeah, I've known Ashley quite a bit anyway. But first time I met Daniel this week. But he's a crack. They're all cracking players, like I say. So if I keep playing like that, then I'm hopefully going to win another week. So we'll see.
Have you seen from Tom more consistency than we've seen from the other players that have qualified today?
Yeah, definitely. Every match was above a 90 average, and I think if that double 18 went in the last leg, you would have finished up with about 112 average. So it just showed that as the night went on, you got stronger and stronger, and it's all good signs for tomorrow.
Look, Tom, I'm assuming that the plan is to go and get your tour card next year if that turns out to be the case. But before then, how much of a sort of significant moment would it be for you to get back to a Champions Week and maybe go that one step further here at the Super Series?
Yeah, I've been there twice now to a Champions Night, and I've lost out twice, and it hurts every single time. But I'd love to get back there again and hopefully give it another go.
Well, look, next step tomorrow. Well done tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night as well. And we hope to see you at finals night here at the Super Series. 7:30 the action kicks off here on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel when the 6 will battle it out for their place at Champions Week. Bye for now.